I have spent a lot of my life waiting for permission to be myself. And recently I've realized more and more that I can give that permission to myself. So if this is something that speaks to you, maybe stick around. When I've been contemplating this, I can trace it back to my teenage years, and it's probably rooted even earlier than that. But in my teenage years, that's when I started to notice that I wasn't really supported like others. I didn't really feel comfortable speaking to my parents. For instance, I mentioned to my mom when I fell in love with a girl when I was around 16, and she just smiled awkwardly and didn't say anything, and that made me really insecure. And also things like when I wanted to study music on the gymnasium, they were really not supportive of that, but told me instead to apply for the nature science program, which would be leading to more pathways to a career. So, I mean, I could go on and on. The thing is that I've developed this sense that I am unworthy of love, and this is really typical for a lot of people, if not most people, to some degree. And ever since then, I've been wanting their approval, my parents' approval and understanding, and sort of have corrected myself to their image of me, playing it safe, playing it small, just hoping that someday they will give me their approval and unconditional love. And yesterday during the Lionsgate, I did this ceremony type of thing where I contemplated these years, my teenage years, and how my parents affected me back then, and how the friendships I had affected me back then. And what I did also was to be there for myself as the grown Emil, somatically being there in the difficult situations that came to mind. So I brought up these memories where I wasn't supported, and instead of wanting to change my parents, which I have been wanting to do all of my life, I was being there present with myself, just showing myself empathy, compassion, understanding, approval, and I just kept doing that for as long as there was a need, because more and more memories kind of were triggered by doing so. And I'm not going to discuss that in detail, but what happened was that I became more and more relaxed and safe, and felt this kind of warmth, love, and that's when I realized that I can really give what I've been seeking from my parents to myself right now. I can give myself that unconditional love, that unconditional support and approval and permission to be myself fully. So yeah, I feel so much freer now that I no longer need them to understand me and my motives. And I still love them, truly, because they have formed me to the person that I am today, and I'm really happy about that. And I do believe that we choose our life's theme even before we are born, and the relationships that we enter into. And I'm really thankful, because this life is such a blessing, and apparently I've chosen to find a way to give myself self-love, and this is the perfect setup for that. So I'm truly grateful for that, and I'm just happy to start this new journey where I'm even more giving what I'm seeking, what I have been seeking, to myself. So where are you waiting for permission to do something or to be someone? And how can you give yourself that today? That's my invitation to you.